Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Scarlet Betch. I'm Jason.
And I'm Anthony.
As I spoke about in our last issue, this is our in real life edition.
IRL.
And we are here in Atlanta, Georgia for DragonCon 2011. We cast together last year at DragonCon, which was super fun.
Yes.
So as you can tell, I am also, I don't attend Dalton Academy in my normal day.
You know?
Life. So last year's I was Knives Chow, and this year's I'm a Warbler, obviously from Glee. I was actually surprised I didn't see as many Warblers as I thought I would.
There were a lot of Warblers, but they were all lady Warblers.
They were all lady Warblers.
Which, I mean...
I did run into a gender swap Curtin Blaine, which was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I was hoping for more gay boy Warblers, and there might be more gay boy Warblers. That's really a twister. Later on, we're going to the Rainbow Flag Party. Is it was Rainbow Party?
I don't know.
It's a gay party that is thrown by the DragonCon staff, and that's part of the reason why I love DragonCon so much. Is that it's really queer inclusive. Like a lot of other cons that I've been to, the queer community is, if they're even mentioned at all, it's like it'll be like one panel that everybody goes to. Like New York Comic Con last year, it was really bad. Like it was like 2 or 3 gay panels in the entire programming.
Yeah.
And it was just indicative, and like every single one of them was completely packed, and it was just really indicative of like the fact that that entire community had been ignored. And so.
And they canceled some, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I can't remember which ones they canceled. But it was really annoying.
Yeah. It's not good.
But, so we are going to talk about a bunch of comic books that have come out, that came out last week and this week. I think we should just jump...
Yes, we have the one that came out this week. We don't have JLA.
Oh, I was going to download on my iPad.
That's fine.
Okay.
Hi JLA, I don't really have any interest in reading about you unless Green Lantern and Flash make out, so...
Yeah. I don't think we even saw Flash in the last one. Yeah, it was just Batman, Green Lantern, and Superman.
Okay.
Yeah. I read it in the store. I didn't buy it. Because I was intending to buy the digital edition. Because I haven't actually done any of the same-day release digital stuff. I wanted to try it out and see how it went. And I wasn't a huge fan. I'm not really feeling the whole, when Green Lantern first comes upon Batman, he's like, "What? You're real? I thought you were an urban myth," says the space policeman with the magic ring.
Well, but like, if the space police came down and gave you a magic ring, would you automatically believe that, like, Batboy from...
But, I mean, he was like, the fact that he believes that the Batman is such an implausible thing when he's seen so much, like, right? He's like...
Well, I mean, I've only seen the preview, so I don't know if they go on to him be like, "But how can you be real? It just doesn't make sense."
Yeah, but then also, I guess, like, one of the only, like, real public superheroes, I guess, in this universe so far is Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they talk about, like, how it's linked to Superman, and,
that's so supreme power.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm still reserving, like, my judgment on DCNU. We have yet to see what's going to happen with, like, the titles that I'm interested in.
Yeah,
being Wonder Woman and Batgirl are kind of the 2 big ones that I'm interested in.
Okay.
I actually heard about a lot of good things about Animal Man, and I've never really been interested in Animal Man, but I'm thinking about checking it out just because I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Animal Man has been really good since... Who reinvented him? Was it Grant Morrison? Someone, one of the big, kind of trippy names in comic books did a mini-series on him and basically reinvented who he was, and this is kind of I think a return to that.
Yeah. Although, I mean, just in terms of people with animal powers, I would much prefer a Vixen-based book, but that's just me. I mean, she's basically Tyra Banks who's a superhero. That's basically she is. That's awesome.
Nice.
But speaking of the DCNU, well, I guess the DCU, the way to say goodbye to DCU is Wonder Woman. So this is the last issue of Odyssey, which was, I can aptly name, because it definitely felt like an Odyssey.
Interminable. By the end, we were surprised that Penelope hadn't gotten remarried.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what were your thoughts? How did you feel like it ended?
I guess I thought it was a good ending. I don't know what. It was nice. She defeated. Oh, it was good to see them reconcile, kind of the Themyscira.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see Philippa again. And yeah, it was interesting that they. I guess it had, because she's younger. It's an earlier version of the universe we know, of the universe that started out like last year.
But it's also not clear on. So I'm not clear on.
Because I loved her line, her mother's line. Oh, you've changed your costume again, dear.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh yeah, because they, especially with the retrospective, they've been showing all her different costumes and how she does change costume regularly over time. I mean, lots of superheroes do. Yeah, so I like that. I really want pants, guys. Pants.
Yeah, but actually speaking of that, on Newsarama there was an interview with Cliff Chang, who is the artist on the new Wonder Woman, and he's phenomenally talented. He's actually really cute. But he was talking about he was interviewed about the art and the kind of book that it is. And he mentioned, obviously everyone wants to know about Pants or No Pants, and they asked him about the pants.
I know, this is the biggest thing we have to worry about with Wonder Woman is what kind of leg covering she has.
Yeah, because, you know, like, it's not like she's a strong and powerful woman with superpowers, right?
F that!
Cliff was like, oh, we put the pants on because that's what we thought was going to happen, and then the pants were then not going to be there anymore, so we just did it. And it was like, I really don't know what everyone's freaking out about, because it's like so ancillary to everything that we care about and like are working on for this book, so I don't know what to say about it other than calm down. And I guess that's a fair enough assessment. I mean, my big thing with the pants was just that, like, it felt to me indicative of kind of like poor planning. You know,
and that quote seems to illuminate that, because I thought, well, maybe it was going to be like a reveal, like they were just going to keep the pants because that's what was going on in Odyssey, and then they were going to be like, surprise, we're going back to Star Spangled Underpants.
Yeah, I mean, I think the timing is interesting in when they've decided to abandon the pants and the failure of the NBC pilot pickup.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's. I mean, I'm just speculating, but it sounds kind of right. Just the one comment I wanted to make about Wonder Woman is that it's a little unclear about what if the universe that we see at the end after the spell is revealed is the DCNU.
I think it is.
It is? Okay.
I mean, especially because Hippolyta doesn't especially because they make sure to make Hippolyta not have a reaction to her costume. To me, that said most of all that, like, yes, this is back to the regular. Now, I mean, it's interesting that with the age,
I thought that her that comment about, oh, you changed your costume again, was to indicate that the universe had been returned to normal.
Right.
Yeah, and that. Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure what you're saying.
I guess that I'm just saying that line made me think, okay, yeah, no, this is everything. The thing I want to know is what time is it? Is everyone just younger? And like, did everyone just get a little younger so they would match up with her age, or did she get?
Well, actually, I mean, technically, all the Amazons are ageless, so that's not really an issue. They're all they're
while they're on the island,
animated, like lady.
Ladies. Well, they're not all statues. They're not all lady statues, but
yeah.
Okay, well then fine. Okay, never mind. Then I'm not confused about what time it was. It was.
Well, no, it is. No, it's because okay. So that's right, because the Amazons who were on Themyscira were blessed by Hera and given infinite or given ageless life, but the Amazons who were in Migdal Blaga,
the man's world.
Wikipedia article. They were in like Brazil or something.
Those.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where Artemis is from. They were a splinter group and were not blessed by Hera, and therefore did not receive immortality and had to interbreed with men to continue their line.
Okay. So Brazil. So the Amazon.
Yes, exactly. Amazon. Precisely.
Okay. Well, good answers.
Yeah. But okay, I guess that's all we have to talk about for Wonder Woman.
It was good. It was nice, but it didn't have that meta farewell that the JLA did. That I really wanted it to. Well, I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
farewell, but I just kind of some more meta commentary. They kind of just seem to wrap it up and be like, I will always be Wonder Woman, which is what we've had this whole story to show you, which is the only comment we can have because we're gonna just start up a whole bunch of new Wonder Woman stories. It's just gonna be the same Wonder Lady.
The thing I want to know most is does Dr. Psycho remember? Because he remembered the old world and the new world, and I actually think it would be really cool for a new DC new book to be about Dr. Psycho being rehabilitated, and that'd be awesome.
It'd be awesome. Also, I think they really need to stick with...
Also, I think they need to pick it up as an NBC pilot and star Peter Dinklage, because I'm obsessed with him now. He needs to be in everything.
That's hilarious.
Okay, what did you want to talk about next?
Oh, this?
Okay, Dakin, Dark Wolverine. Talk about this.
Oh gosh. Okay, what happened in this? It's been so long since I read it.
I know.
Oh, this was the Moon Knight one.
Yeah, the Moon Knight. I was really confused about why Moon Knight was being involved at all, and at the end, spoilers, he has claws. I didn't know that Moon Knight had claws.
Well, he doesn't. They're mechanical claws.
But I didn't even know that he even had mechanical claws. I thought he just had moon dagger things in a weird, moon spaceship and empowered by some Egyptian moon god. Moon Knight is a mixed bag of weird shit.
He really is. And the only thing I think of when I watch look at him is I'm like, your cape really needs to be black. You're not gonna be a good ninja.
No,
it's not working out.
Yeah. Speaking of implausible ninja costumes, I saw so many Psylocks today, and your costume doesn't make any sense. Why are you wearing purple? Why are you ninja wearing purple?
There were so many Psylocks, though. You're correct. There are just Psylocks everywhere at this convention. So if you like Psylocke, get your ass over here. Well, I liked it. I love the cover. It's a very funny cover. I'll show you that one.
I'm a fan of covers that have word bubbles in it.
Yes. Oh my God. Totally. Please bring that back.
Yeah. What happened to whatever happened to She-Hulk and stuff? She always had word bubbles in her covers.
Right, but she always got canceled.
It's true. It's really unfortunate though.
It's very sad. The ending to this, I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't wait to see what's happening because he ended up taking heat and blacked out, and then it looks like he might have killed someone or something. And yeah, I don't know. It's very exciting. I think is the next issue the last one for the storyline?
I don't know. But it feels like it. In terms of pacing, it feels like the end of the...
Oh, it says Moonwalk Part 1.
Okay.
So, okay, well, that's part 2. Astonishing X-Men came out 2 weeks ago. We'll do it next, but I just wanted to do a little quick... What did you think of the end?
I thought that... Well, so we had talked about earlier how Hisako's, relationship with her parents was really kind of contrived in terms of being super by the way she's Japanese and it's honor bound and her powers are linked to her family's
Oh yeah, her ancestors, how many dead ancestors she has,
it's
or
weird.
something. It's weird. Also, I wanted to know she didn't armor up in this issue, and she hasn't armored up in any other book. And it's does she have giant armor now? Because that would be A, I mean, that's awesome. B, if she can control the size, that'd be even more awesome. But C, just tell me.
Yeah. I also think that she should be able to transform with her
into a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Or a space jet. Yeah. No, she's the new Blackbird. Totally. They should just start calling her Blackbird. Yeah, but then at the end it was
I was just the one thing I was reading this book. I was really confused about just some of how the mental guy got defeated. It was just in terms of Emma and her power and can she use her telepathy when she's diamond form?
She can't. She switched, right?
Yeah, but then why would Wolverine forget that? It was he mentions oh, I forgot you can't use your mental powers while you're in your diamond
position.
And I'm like, wow, Wolverine, you're not a very professional superhero. How long have you been doing this? How long have you known this woman? Ever since the 80s?
That's really true.
Right? It's not you're briefed on how to work as a team or something.
Danger room sessions. You never did those, did you? Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, I felt the story was just kind of really confusing and a little slapdash. I mean, it was weird with them alternating with Meanwhile, which I didn't pick up any of the Meanwhile stories. Yeah, and it was weird the pacing was just. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
weird getting a book every other month. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, last time we were at Dragon Con, we had a Young Avengers to review, and we don't have that now because
Yeah.
it's not coming out for a while.
Speaking of Avengers, we totally saw a really hot Wiccan. And
Wiccan and
Hulkling
Hulkling and their
made
friends, Richter and Shatterstar.
out. Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. We'll post some pictures. It's awesome. And then I guess to round out our comic book coverage is Uncanny X-Force. This book, I don't understand the scheduling for this book. It seems like it's out every single week. Like, what is going on? Like,
we literally reviewed this last time we made a video.
Yeah.
At number 13, and this is number 14.
it's crazy. Like, I don't understand why. Okay, well, it's happening.
Well, I mean, I kind of think that maybe, especially this weird release schedule, that maybe it's because Regenesis is coming, and they have to get everyone at number ones at the same time.
guess so.
They have to finish all the storylines.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I am just not, like, I'm kind of, like, done with Apocalypse. I don't know about you, but I'm...
Are you done with Apocalypse now?
Yeah, I like, the whole Apocalypse stuff, it's just like, dude...
Really?
Yeah, I've never...
I love him.
I never really... Well, like, what frustrates me about him and any superhero, they usually are villains, with a really, really indeterminate power set.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
what can you do? Everything and nothing. And it's just like, I don't understand. He has, and I don't understand the
His
mythos.
power is that he gets to come back and be a villain again.
Yeah,
whenever
but he
wants.
also has like some, I don't understand the connection he has to like the Celestials or like the
I don't
life
understand.
seeds
I
or
don't
the,
know.
I don't know what's going on. And then there's this cult that's worshipping him and it's all very confusing and there have been so many different like iterations of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. It's just like now it's like a Rotary Club.
Yeah, and didn't it used to be that he... Oh, I guess these guys were picked in time, and they're like the final horsemen.
Yeah.
Just like there was a final crisis before the relaunch.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's really true. I mean, but he's actually... I mean, in terms of a villain, he's one of the... Yeah, the least explicable ones. I mean, him and Mr. Sinister are just kind of like,
don't
wait,
get me started, Mr. Sinister.
you just super upset that, like, we don't have Hunger Games going on or something? I don't understand why you want to do everything that you're doing. But I just love... I love that he has horsemen. I love all that mythology around him, that he has this son. They bring in his son in this issue. Yeah, and I love Archangel. I love that he made Warren interesting, in my opinion.
Wait, so who is the son of... It's Warren's son? Or
No.
Apocalypse's son?
Yes.
Apocalypse boned his own
No. Boned his on what?
horseman?
No, some lady. He boned some lady.
Well, didn't he say... He was like, Autumn, what's your last name? How long has it been since we served together as, like, you... I thought she was a famine.
Oh. That would make a lot of sense.
I think it says... Oh, yeah.
Let's look it up, everyone.
Autumn Rolfson, how long since we served Cruel Apocalypse together? How have you been? Oh, well...
Well, so it doesn't
Maybe-
say what she
okay.
was.
Well, she just looks like a famine because she's emaciated.
She's all gaunt, yeah, and emaciated. Perhaps she is. Wikipedia, to the rescue?
Maybe.
We'll find out. Nice. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, Holocaust, that's its son, right?
Genocide.
Genocide. Wait, who was
Holocaust?
Someone was named Holocaust.
Well, wasn't that big bad Wonder Woman villain who was Wonder Woman from the future?
That was
the past,
Genocide.
Another genocide in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Concept as a name. Cool.
So yeah, do you have any highlights you want to talk about Dragon Con?
Gosh, highlights of Dragon Con. We went and saw the Eureka Warehouse 13 panel. I
I thought
just
it was
gotten into
awkward that there were
Okay.
no other Warehouse 13 people other than...
other than Eddie McClintock.
yeah.
No, definitely. Especially because Kay Mulgrew had just... You went to the Kay Mulgrew panel right before, and I was hoping she would be there, but clearly
Yeah.
she was just drinking water and recovering from talking to Jason for an hour. So.
But I'm not sure if any else of you have actually been to a Kate Mulgrew panel, but she is a motivational speaker.
Totally.
I
She's
mean,
all about ladies in science and things.
Oh my god, she's all about ladies in science, and she's kind of anti-feminist, but in this like a pro-feminist way. She's like, feminism, y'all have to name it, and y'all have to like are crying about being oppressed. Just stop being oppressed. I'm like, I think you're missing a few points, but
I mean, in a sense, I kind of agree
Yeah,
with
I
that.
mean,
Like,
like,
if
I
you don't
can-
want to be oppressed, then go out and
Yeah, but I
change
think
the world.
yeah,
but
it's true. But
at the same time, like if the world is fighting you, that's called being
yeah,
oppressed.
yeah. I mean, like there are like institutional barriers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of all this social babble, we also went to the Gays in the Universe panel.
I go to that every year. It's my 4th time going. I love it.
Yeah, I love it because of all of how like Doctor Who fans are some of like the brainiest and like
The queerest.
kind of like fans, and at like any panel where at some point someone breaks out like Foucault, it's like it's a happy day in my book.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And as someone who always has to play catch up whenever anyone mentions Foucault, I think
Dude, like his History of Sexuality, which is like the main book that I read of him, is like 60 pages. It's really, really short, so just read it.
Clearly, I need to go do some homework. But it was good. They ended up explaining it after like 5 minutes
Yeah,
of
a
just
little
like
bit.
in talking. I was like, guys, I don't.
I mean,
know your
it
inside
was
joke.
it just
But
kind
it's
of
fine. It was good.
all these kind of panels kind of devolve into a bunch of like nerds kind of having a pissing contest and slapping each other with their nerd dicks.
Yay, nerd dicks! It's awesome. I loved it.
What was your favorite cosplay of this weekend?
Oh, my favorite cosplay? I really like Black Gambit.
Oh yeah,
I think Gambit should be black.
I think Gambit just needs a new costume.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
Or just to make out with Frenzy.
I actually want him to pull a frenzy and use his Age of X.
Yeah.
That was super hot, and I'm like,
I like
this is the
his
Gambit
gun,
I
that
like.
was cool.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of adopted the gun back,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
To it.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that they've done that. Yes. Yay, Mike Carey. Mike Carey has only what his last storyline is going to be the Regenesis storyline.
Here.
I know. I'm very upset.
Yeah.
But it was a great, like, 5-year run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was amazing. So, yeah, good. He's changed everything real well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that one was really good. I really liked Wonder.
Mm-hmm. So, y'all know that I am a big fan art maker. I do a lot. I doodle a lot. And one of my doodles, actually at DragonCon last year, I created a character called Wonder, who was the son of Wonder Woman, and I did a little. I'll put a link in the bottom. A little kind of like intro storyline to like this character's background. And a friend of mine that I actually met at DragonCon saw me post last year. I posted to Facebook and he saw it, and he loved the idea so much that he wanted to cosplay it next year for DragonCon, this DragonCon. And so, like, it's so meta that like a character that was birthed at DragonCon is now being birthed again in real life at DragonCon. And he looked great. It was wonderful. He's an amazing like costumer and like special effects kind of like guy. And like I guess we'll post some pictures or a video of the costume that came out. I love it. It's just like the greatest gift that an artist can have, to have someone like be so excited about their stuff that they actually,
They
awesome.
make it reality.
Exactly.
It was
So awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, yeah, that was very good. That was very good. Oh, and for the lady costume, there was a very classy TARDIS dress.
My gosh. Yeah, we'll have to post that too.
Yeah, she was beautiful.
She was beautiful. She had like
Beautiful.
this necklace that had police box
Well,
on
no,
it.
it
was
was-
a necklace. It was a collar.
The collar just said the words police box in. It was
Glitter,
sparkly.
yeah, sparkly. And then she had this little hat with a little TARDIS on it.
What was that? It was the
It
light.
was the light. Oh, the light.
Mhm.
It was, and she was so elegant and beautiful. And then her husband, which we also ran into on the stairwell, had the big. What's the number?
It was the Tom Baker scarf.
Which number that is? Is that?
That's 4.
Okay.
4.
And I guess she also knit that enormous scarf for him.
I also like he said it was the exact length, but
Mhm.
I heard that they kept growing the scarf over time.
Well, maybe it was the exact length at the end.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I believe she can do anything. She was amazing, clearly. Yeah, and he looked very, very good.
But I will have to say, in comparison to last year, I saw much more, like, just like, there are plenty of good cosplay stuff that's happening at this DragonCon. But last year, I saw some amazing, like, knock your socks off stuff. Like last year there were 2 women who cosplayed the Shiva twins from Final Fantasy 13, like the girls that transformed into the motorcycle, and they actually transformed into a motorcycle. It was like it blew.
Really cool.
my mind, and it was amazing. And I haven't seen anything to that level here.
Yeah, no, I was gonna come in with something that is definitely not to that level, but that I was totally geeked out about. Someone did Munchkin cards. Like, they dressed as the Munchkin cards and like had the accessories and they had the gazebo.
Yeah,
I forget what that one's called, but it was they were dragging it along.
Well, one of them had the hammer, kneecaps no more. Which I thought,
yeah.
It was fun.
MODOK. Someone had a MODOK costume.
That was really good.
Oh, that was awesome. My cousin's little son came by to watch the parade, and MODOK was in the parade, and he called him Trash Can Man. So that was hilarious too. So yeah. No one knew. If you didn't know who MODOK was, everyone was taking pictures of it, but no one. They were like, "What is that guy?"
Like, then you try to explain it, and you're just like, never mind. Just
well, and I don't even really know that much about him. I know that he flies around and is evil and hilarious looking.
Pretty much.
And his name, I don't really know what it stands for, but it's really funny.
Mental organism designed only for killing.
Or knowledge.
Well, it was originally knowledge, and then
now killing.
Yeah, basically a precursor to war games.
Yeah.
On that note, thanks for tuning into this issue of Scarlet Betch. Tune in next week for another great issue.